Hello friends, welcome back to another video here at A Life of Poetry. My name is Kimberly. I am an author as well as an illustrator, and here on my channel I love creating videos regarding books, writing, and just all around cozy vlogs. So if you're into that, be sure to subscribe to my channel. I do post frequently so you don't miss out. I do want to take the time right now to say hi to all of my new subscribers. I have been seeing quite a surge of new subscribers, and that makes me so happy. Nothing makes me happier than new members joining my little community here, folks who want to just see the content that I create. So welcome. I really appreciate you folks being here, and it just makes me so excited to just continue to plan future videos. So with that being said, friends, hello, welcome, and I am so glad that you're here. So friends, today is going to be a pretty chill vlog. I am not really planning on going anywhere today. I know in my last vlog I took you guys out. We went to a cafe, we went book shopping, we went to Michael's. I got a few little things, some few little trinkets, and I did a little mini haul. If you haven't seen that video, feel free to check that out. I will link it somewhere around here or down below for you guys to check out if you guys are interested. But today, friends, today I am at my house, and to be quite frank, I am a very much of a homebody person. I love being at home. I love staying in. I love reading. I love watching movies and series, and that's usually my vibe, especially right now during the summer season. I don't like summer. I hate the heat, and I try, especially right now, to stay indoors. And so during the summer, I especially don't mind staying in during the summer because this heat is so nagging. I hate it so bad. I am just dreaming of autumn days. So in my mind, I'm already in autumn, okay? So I don't have much planned today, but I did want to start this vlog because I am going to be doing some things here at my cozy little desk where I spend most of my time. So things that I want to work on today. First and foremost, I want to update my book tracker reading journal. This is where I record all of the books that I've read for this year, where I rate them. I jot down some thoughts about what I thought about them. I started this book tracker journal the beginning of this year, and I only did January. January, and I have not updated it, and I have been really meaning to update it. I didn't mean to fall so behind, like very behind. We're in July, and the last time I did anything on here was in January. So I have quite some catching up to do. I don't think I'll probably be able to catch up all the way up to July, but at least I want to update like 3 months on here. So I want to update this. I need to go through my Goodreads and try and remember what books I read, because I usually jot down what books I read each month over on my Goodreads and transfer some of that information on here. I started doing this the beginning of this year. I've never done this before, but I love doing little things like this where I get to sit down on my desk and just either color or write or journal or do something bookish related, and I just miss doing this. So in this book tracker journal is where I wrote down some of my goals book-wise that I wanted to accomplish for this year. And I feel so bad because I haven't updated anything on here. So today I'm gonna go over my book tracker journal and fill it all out. I just love sitting down on my desk and getting to just write, getting to just do little meditative things like this, that the time just passes and I have a good movie playing in the background or an audiobook. So that's what I'm planning on doing right now. Now, the next thing, I have been meaning to read this book that has been on my TBR for the longest time, and I just cannot wait any longer. I haven't been able to get to it, and I am committing to reading it already, and that is Manacled by SenLinYu. Now, if you've heard of Manacled, then you know. But if you haven't heard of Manacled, Manacled is actually Harry Potter fan fiction, and I grew up obsessed with Harry Potter, and I cannot believe that I have not read any fan fiction of Harry Potter. I am currently in my dark fantasy era, and Manacled is just right there. It is dark fantasy. It has some heavy themes, and that's the kind of mood I'm in right now, you guys. All I want to read is just spooky thrillers, horror, dark fantasy. Just give me all of that. That's the kind of mood I'm in right now, and I just want to eat everything up that's dark fantasy. So I figured, since I am very much in the mood for that right now, that I would just read Manacled. Now Manacled, you can't actually buy the book anywhere because it is fan fiction, and if someone is selling fan fiction, like a physical book, then that's illegal. But there are websites where the books, fan fictions, are available, and I was able to find Manacled online. I was able to download it onto my files, and what I want to do is see if I can transfer it over to my Kindle so I can read it on my Kindle, because the way that the book file is downloaded, it's just like, it's like if you're reading an essay. At least that's how it shows up on my phone or my computer. So I think I read somewhere that there is a way that you can transfer it onto your Kindle. So that is what I'm gonna try to do, is to transfer the file that I have of Manacled to my Kindle so I can read it on my Kindle. So we're gonna see if that's possible, but if not, then I don't know, you guys, maybe I'll just print it out and just read it like if it's an essay. But I just want to read it already because everyone's talking about it. Everyone has been talking about it, and I'm just clueless. I'm just like, what's going on? Like, I want to be in on it. Okay, now if you don't know what Manacled is about, let me read you the synopsis because it is crazy, you guys. Okay. It says, Harry Potter is dead. In the aftermath of the war, in order to strengthen the might of the magical world, Voldemort enacts a repopulation effort. Hermione Granger has an order secret, lost but hidden, in her mind. So she is sent as an enslaved surrogate to the High Reeve until her mind can be cracked. Like I mentioned, this is dark, okay? This is very dark fantasy, so there is going to be some heavy topics. So if you want to read Manacled, I would highly suggest for you to read on the trigger warnings, because it's pretty heavy, you guys. But I'm gonna take the leap and read it because I've just been wanting to read it for a while. So that's on my list for this vlog as well. I don't think I'll be able to finish Manacled for this video, so you guys will probably get an update at some other point, but I do want to start it in this video. And then later on, me and my husband are gonna go to the movies and watch Maxine. Maxine just came out, and we've seen the last few movies in that installation, in that world, and they're so good, you guys. So we're gonna go see that later on, but for now I'm just gonna go and update my book tracker reading journal and probably listen to an audiobook in the background and go from there. So we got back pretty late from the movies last night, and Maxine was okay. I was honestly expecting a little bit more from it. I don't really like the direction that they took, so I was a little bit disappointed. I liked more the last movie, which I believe was Pearl, and also the first movie, which was X. Now those, I feel like the plot and the storyline were better than compared to Maxine. I did love how it was shot. It was very nicely shot, like the whole moody aesthetic, 80s Hollywood horror slasher type of aesthetic. I really loved it. So it was really beautiful to look at, but the entire plot was just I was not into it. I was more anticipating for it to be over than anything else. So that was a bummer, but we still had a good time. So when I got home from the movies last night, I did have a little bit of energy to continue reading Manacled. So you guys, I was able to download Manacled onto my Kindle, though I'm a little bit bummed because it still kind of shows up like this. I mean, I can zoom it in, but like I have to kind of like swirl around. And if you guys have a Kindle, you guys know that Kindles are not like the best device as far as like how quick it is. It's very, Kindles tend to be a little bit slow, so they're a little bit glitchy. Well, at least mine is. I don't know if everyone else is as well. So it's kind of annoying if I zoom in and I'm kind of doing this. So I've just been reading it like this. I also tried to play around with my settings to see if the font could just be bigger in a way where I don't have to zoom in like this. So I couldn't figure anything out. So if you guys know something, please let me know down in the comments below. I have already devoured 100 pages of Manacled, and You guys, again, I am going to reiterate that Manacled is a very dark fantasy novel. It has some very dark themes. A lot of the characters from Harry Potter are not alive in Manacled, so just take note of that, because when you come into reading this, you're going to read about possibly some of your favorite characters not being alive anymore. Not that that changes my idea of Harry Potter, but it's a little sad because many of us who grew up in Harry Potter, we became very attached to these characters. And I suppose, I mean, that's the ordeal with reading fan fiction. Some of your favorite characters are not going to be present in fan fiction. It's going to take a whole other direction, and considering this is dark fantasy, there's a lot of dark elements on here. So please, if you are going to read Manacled, look up the trigger warnings and really get familiar with what the story is about, because there are very, very heavy topics. However, I am sucked into the story. It is so sad. It is devastating what is happening, and this is following Hermione. So what my understanding is, this is going to be like a Hermione Draco Malfoy dark romance, and I see where this is going. But the beginning of it is very, very devastating, what is happening to Hermione and what has been happening in this world without a lot of the main characters from Harry Potter, who in this world have been unalived. I have been sucked into the story. It is devastating, it is sad, but I cannot put it down, you guys. It is 1,000 something pages, so it's gonna take me a while to finish this, but I'm sucked in. I'm sucked into the story. So unfortunately, I'll have to give you guys an update whenever I do finish the book. That is by far going to be the longest book I've ever read. I've never read a book that is 1,000 pages long. I think my longest has been like maybe 500 or 600 pages. That is going to be a whole project that I'm going to be working on, is getting through Manacled. I was able to log some of the books that I read into my book tracker reading journal, and I realized why I haven't updated this in a while. And that is because the system that I have for logging in the books that I've read this year is not something that is manageable. The reading system that I have on right now is where I just do one whole spread of the current book that I'm reading, and I sort of just jot down some thoughts of what it was about, what I liked about it. So this is the system that I have right now, and I just don't feel like it's manageable for me, because when I find myself doing this, even though this is something very meditative that I like to sit down and take my time and do, oftentimes I don't have that time, and I feel like that's why I haven't updated this, because of lack of time frame. So I want to do a little bit something more easy. It's just not manageable. I'm not going to be updating this often, and if I have to do like entire spreads like this, even though I like doing spreads like this, it's just not manageable for me right now. I don't want this to fall behind. I really want to keep up with it every month. So I am going to try and find a new system to log in all the books that I have been reading, or that I'm going to continue reading for this month. So that's going to be a work in progress. I was able to catch up 3 months worth of not having logged in to my book tracker reading journal, so I still have, what is it, oh my gosh, like 3 more months to log in onto here, so still need to do that. Besides that, friends, I really hope that you enjoyed this cozy homebody vlog. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. If you made it to the very end of this video, comment down below what your favorite book genre is. I would love to know. Remember, friends, that you can create the life that you want because you so deserve it. I will be seeing you in a video very, very soon. Take care and bye for now.